What's up? How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about Next Gen, which is a Netflix movie from 2018, and it's based on a comic called 7723 by author Wang Nima. I saw this movie once several years ago, and I just remember really enjoying it, but I didn't really remember a lot of the details of this movie, and so I've been wanting to revisit it since that was years ago now. And now that I'm trying to get back in a groove of putting out videos more regularly, now just seemed like the best time. I guess let me just start out by saying this movie is super underrated, and I'm kind of surprised that no one ever brings this movie up because I really think it's good. This movie does several things very well, in my opinion. The emotionally stunted and broken young lead character is not a new concept for movies or for storytelling, but I think this movie pulls it off very well. I think it's really well done in this story, and coupling that lead character with a story and a world that's very dystopian makes this movie's feel and vibe just really hit me in a way that a lot of movies don't. And on top of that, the soundtrack really elevates this movie as well. I really like the soundtrack, and I think it really works for the story and for the characters in the story. And I think that that's something that you don't always get. You don't always get a good soundtrack that complements the story. You might get a good soundtrack that's just kind of, you know, a good soundtrack with a good movie. Not all soundtracks are able to incite the feelings that the movie is trying to make the audience feel, but I think that this soundtrack definitely does do that, and that's something that really just stuck out to me while watching this movie again. Between the world building in this film and the characters within it and the soundtrack elevating that, this movie really just gives me the feeling of emptiness, of hollowness, of something's missing, coupled with just this kind of dread in the backdrop. It's a pretty emotional story, especially everything surrounding the lead character. And while a lot of movies have that emotional sort of pull to them, not all of them make me feel the way that this movie felt. This movie brought me to tears a couple times. I teared up, and that's something that not every movie can make me do. Now, it's becoming more common that movies can make me do this. I don't know what's happening to me. Maybe, you know, the eternal loneliness of my own life is kind of caught up to me and is just being amplified whenever I watch movies, but that's neither here nor there. This movie does a good job about making you feel things, and that's something that not every movie can do, and I really love it when a movie can accomplish that. Aside from that, I think that the voice cast did a really good job in this movie. I think that everybody fit their roles really well, and I also really like the animation of this movie. I think that the animation looks really good for having a modest budget of $30 million, which kind of sounds a little bit more than it is, because if you look at the big Disney movies, the big Pixar movies, you're looking at $100 million to $200 million on average, and so $30 million is very impressive for this movie to look this good. This is one of those movies that I never really heard spoken about. It's one that I first discovered just by scrolling Netflix back in the day, and I was just looking for animated movies to watch. And when I was getting back on Netflix to rewatch it the other day, it's still not really advertised. It's just kind of tucked away on Netflix. You gotta go searching for it, or you gotta go scrolling a pretty decent ways. And so I think that that's kind of unfair to this movie. I think this movie's really good and should get a little bit more publicity and should definitely get some more love. I think that this is honestly one of the most underrated animated movies I've ever seen. For me to like it as much as I do, I think it's kind of a crime that you gotta go hunting for this movie to even know that it exists. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say for now about Next Gen. Have you seen this movie? Have you heard of it? If not, go check it out. If you have seen this movie, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to help me out here on YouTube, liking this video, commenting on this video, subscribing to the channel, or checking out some of my other videos, all help me grow the YouTube channel. I'll probably put a playlist with like movie reviews or animated movie reviews or something at the end of this. I've done a lot of other animated movies in general, you know, TV shows, etc. So if any of that stuff interests you, it will be somewhere on this channel. But yeah, until next time, bye.